easy solution video for section 8.2, problem number 24. All right, so we are trying to find uh, we draw a graph of the region bounded by y equals x squared minus 5x, y equals 0, and then revolve it about the y-axis and set up an integral that would be used to find the value. Or actually, on 24, we are just finding the value. All right, so y equals x squared minus 5x. So what is that? Well, it's a parabola that is facing upwards, right? But if we set x squared minus 5x equal to 0 and we factor x out, we get x minus 5. And so that means x equals 0 and x equals 5 are the zeros, right? So that means our graph is going to be facing upwards and have zeros at 0 and 5, right? Okay, and then y equals 0 is the horizontal line here. All right, and then we are revolving about the y-axis, right? So we're revolving around the y-axis. So we have this region revolving around the y-axis. All right, so let's go ahead and think. All right, we want to use the shell method, and so that means I'm going to use a dx rectangle, which needs to be parallel to the axis of rotation. So then my setup is going to be 2 pi times the integral of radius times height, and then with respect to x in this case. All right, now, okay, radius. Remember, how far is the dx rectangle from the axis of rotation? Well, that would just be x minus 0, right? Remember, the dx is x units from the y-axis, right? And the y-axis is 0, so x minus 0. All right, and then the height would be the upper boundary, which is 0, minus the lower boundary, which is the x squared minus 5x. So make sure that you put parentheses around x squared minus 5x so that you know to distribute the minus sign. All right, and then we're integrating from left to right, so that would be from 0 to 5. All right, so now I have 2 pi times integral from 0 to 5. All right, remember, we distribute the negative, right? So that would become negative x squared plus 5x. And then we're going to distribute the x. And so I end up with negative x cubed plus 5x squared, right? And then we're going to integrate all of that with respect to x. All right, and so now I have 2 pi times, all right, so negative x to the fourth over 4 plus 5x cubed over 3, that's supposed to be an x cubed, and then evaluate from 0 to 5. All right, so 2 pi times negative 5 to the fourth over 4 plus 5 times 5 to the third over 3. All right, and then all of this minus, and then we would say negative 0 to the fourth over 4 plus 5 times 0 to the third over 3, right? Of course, all of that stuff is just going to be 0. All right, and so now I just need to kind of simplify, deal with, the common denominator and stuff. So 2 pi times. All right, so this would be negative 5 to the fourth. So 5 times 5, of course, 25 times another 5 is 125, and then times another 5 is 625, right? So all right, so now I have 625 fourths plus 5 times 5 cubed. That's also 625, but this would be 625 thirds, right? And so now I just need a common denominator. So of course, I'm going to multiply this by 3 and multiply this by 4, right? And so now negative 625 times 3, all right, is going to be 1875. Okay, and then plus, well, this is going to be 625 times 4, right, which is going to be 2500, right, and then all over 12, and then don't forget to multiply by 2 pi. Now, negative 1875 plus 2500, that's actually just 625, right? And then the 2 and the 12 are going to reduce to be 6, so I have a 625 pi over 6, right? And so that is our answer for problem number 24.